I'll let you guys see how to do this. So there's always going to be gas in the nozzle that's left over from the last time you've used it. And with that in mind, be careful when you take the nozzle. Hold it up so that the nozzle is held towards the sky, so that any excess from last time doesn't spill all over your tank. It's very corrosive and will corrode everything. And look at that, hey? Now, even now, look, drip, drip, drip. Oh, it's all done. Drip, 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 drip. Oh, it's done. Drip. Oh, look, it's done. Drip, 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 drip. So, no matter what you do, it'll continue to drip. Alright. Hey, push the nozzle down. Don't put your electrical device too close to it, because you'll blow yourself up. Not kidding. I'm not kidding. You can blow yourself sky high. Look at that. What is that? It's weird. Yeah, like electrical devices. Don't use your cell phone light to see how much you have left in your gas tank. That little electrical current would do a lot. Yeah, basically ignite the fumes and then you'd go up. It's the same thing with my camera. I wouldn't stick my camera next to that. It's probably not a good idea even to have it on while I'm fueling, but I'm going the extra mile for you guys. So yeah, a lot of conversation about different stuff. If you got a sport bike because of me, let me know. You should probably have one by now. If you're a true fan. I wouldn't call people who watch my vids fans. You know? I know that's the term a lot of vloggers use, fan. Doesn't seem like a fan sort of thing. You know what I mean? A fan, I think it's like a... I don't know, maybe it is. I don't know. It just seems to me like the wrong word to use. Viewer, I think, is better. I don't know. Unless you're, I guess, like celebrity level vlogger. You have millions of people. So yeah, what else to talk about? Talked about L. Ron Hubbard, bless his heart. He did pass away. LRH. Love his writing. I'm going to read Battlefield Earth again at some point. Another thing is, it's really hard. I think the Scientology community is in control of a lot of Hubbard's writing, I think. And once again, I'm not sure of this. My suspicion is that they are, because it's really hard to find his novels. You just can't find them everywhere. Maybe they boycotted him. Different literary associations and the like boycotted them. And that happens too, guys. It happened to Harlan Ellison. Try finding Harlan Ellison books. Good luck. Because he really peed off a lot of people, man. Harlan Ellison, boy, he's something else. I love Ellison's writing. Stephen King does state quite openly that he was deeply influenced by Ellison. His style, and you can see it too, right? If you read Ellison, you can see a lot of the makings of King there, Stephen King, right? In the writing style, the prose writing, right? Mike's running really good. I got fuel, man. Since I switched fuel to another spot, it's been running really well. Well, let's go for a little ride, a windy ride. So, yeah, so Ellison peed off a lot of people. He's a very funny, witty guy. Wrote a lot of wonderful... I guess Ellison is science fiction. He wouldn't like to be called sci-fi. He was quite against that. He's still alive. Ellison is to science fiction what Stephen King is to horror, basically, right? So Ellison, though, peed off everybody on the planet. He has a big mouth and a sharp wit, and he really ostracized himself from every professional organization you can think of. And man, they mashed him with a hammer pretty good. So buy some Ellison novels. Good luck. He wrote a Star Trek episode, a few of them, I believe. One of which is a real notable one people mention all the time. City on the Edge of Forever with Joan Collins or whatever. You know, the original series, TOS. And Ellison, but he's so sharp-tongued and often insensitive in the way he presents things, very bluntly, that he made a lot of enemies in the industry, and now, you know, you can see its impact on his career, because you can't buy his stuff, right? It's very difficult to buy. You know, used copies on eBay, maybe. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the L. Ron Hubbard. Yeah, hard to get his stuff, so I don't know if they're trying to, you know, recreate his image or protect his image or erase his image. I don't know what they're trying to do as a sci-fi science fiction writer, but you can't really get his stuff. It's very hard. Now I want to turn around, but I don't want to turn around on a dirt road. I want to get all the dirt in my chain. Although the chain needs to be oiled anyway, so and cleaned. So yes. Yeah, that's it. So go read this stuff yourself. You make your own decisions. Don't let people just arbitrarily tell you this, that, or the other thing about anything. You know, some things you can accept, you know, like the earth is round, spherical, although I suppose you could argue against that too. You know, the members of the Flat Earth Society or whatever. Yeah, make your own decisions, guys. Just try your best. It's hard to, because that's what culture is, right? Not having to reinvent the wheel, right? There's a body of knowledge and history and interpretations and ways of doing things and thinking that are propagated and passed on, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel from scratch, right? So, you know, but sometimes you need to recognize that fads are fads, right? Like the Atkins diet and stuff, right? Carbs are bad. Well, you need carbs, and if you don't get carbs, you die. Right? You know, don't eat fat. Well, fat doesn't make you fat, people. That doesn't make you fat. Eating fat does not make you fat. Fat is stored energy. Eating the stored energy in an animal doesn't make you store that energy. You store excess energy. It becomes fat. So you don't have to eat lean. You need fat in your diet. And you can be skinny and eat fat. Anyway, I gotta be careful here, because I am speaking to the internet. There's a disclaimer, I guess. Take everything said with a grain of salt, even what I say. I may miss something or misinterpret something in my own life, and I don't want to affect other people's lives in a negative way. L. Ron Hubbard once said, you know, the questions you should ask yourself about the quality of your life are, did you do what you intended to do, and were people glad that you were alive? You know, that's kind of how to gauge your life, right? So yeah, I don't want to negatively affect people at all, you know, and the gods forbid that I did by some offhanded reference to something. But anyway, I'm listening to Judas Priest happily. I was listening to so much of this modern day garbage that listening to this absolute garbage. Like, you know, baby, or, you know, I'll meet with you if you're mean. You know, all this teenage girl garbage. Just because it had a beat, right? And it was appropriate for my sport bike riding endeavors. But oh my god, I was so depressed all the time listening to that gobbledygook, man. Just gobbledygook, boy. And whereas Judas Priest doesn't quite have the beat or the futuristic sound, unless you listen to Turbo Lover, I guess. It really foots the bill, man. I love Judas Priest. Love Priest, right? Priest, Maiden, a lot of bands I like. Obviously Voivod, one of my favorites. I don't even know where I'm going. Just riding, I guess. Do I want to go any further? I don't know, guys. Do I want to? Let me know if I do. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, not sure I want to. Because there's nowhere to really go, you know, just heading in a direction. I could go to a lake that's really far away, but it's kind of... I want to do some model building later today. I like building models. Like, I don't know where this road goes. Oh, let's try this. If it doesn't turn into a dirt road. I like models, man. Like military models, tanks, stuff like that. I have an airbrush, so I really enjoy tanks and the like. A lot of fun. I paint them and whatnot. I could use music in my vlogs that I like, you know, instead of just always having to use, well, I never use music anyway, but like the free stuff, you know, because, you know, kudos to the people who make the free music, but some of it is, it's not that great, you know, some of it is great. It's just not necessarily stuff that is like what I like, right? Like I like heavy metal. I wonder where this road goes. Which way am I headed? I'm headed north. So I'm headed up towards the Northwest Territories. Yeah. Maybe I'll pass this guy.